Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Jason. If you just got a new Polaris Matryx chassis sled and you're thinking about putting an aftermarket silence on it, you might run into the problem where the pipe is now rubbing on the bumper. So I'm going to show you a couple things you can try to stop that rubbing. So this is my new 24 Khaos 9R. It has a different pipe on it than the old 850, but it still has that problem where the rubbing happens. This is my old 850, and with the stock silencer, there's no problems. But as soon as you put an aftermarket silencer, you might run into this problem. So I pulled the side panel off the 850. I have the stock silencer back on it now, but before I had an aftermarket silencer, and that caused the pipe to touch the bumper right here, and you can see where it was rubbing. It would make a loud squeaking noise when the engine was idling, or if you're hitting some bumps, the pipe would just move against the bumper there, and it's kind of annoying. So I was able to fix it in time before that damage got any worse, and I'll show you what I came up with. So you can see there is very little clearance there, but I have a feeling that as this sled runs a bit more, that pipe's gonna get pulled over and start rubbing on the bumper. So let's pull this off and shim the bottom of the pipe. All right, 17mm wrench, spring puller, safety glasses anytime you're pulling springs. I'm gonna loosen off the sensor, the exhaust sensor, and be careful with it. I'm gonna tuck it out of the way up here. I'm gonna start pulling springs. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move that one out of the way. Pull the pipe out. Pull out the can, I should say. Try not to drop it. We're gonna pull this spring off. Still smoking. Might be a little warm still. Underneath here, right here, there's a rubber there. And I'm just gonna put a shim between the rubber and the pipe. So I'm gonna pull that out. Once that spring's off, you can move the pipe out of the way here. And I'm trying to get this rubber off so you can actually come in from the top and just push it down. Let's get a longer screwdriver. Come in right here through the top and push that rubber out like that. Now I'm going to take a couple washers, pretty big ones, stick it over there. There we go. Okay, put a couple washers on there and put it back in. Make sure it's in there all the way. I got the rubber plug back in there with the shims, and up on top that rubber part's all the way through so it won't come out. If it's not all the way through, I would be worried that it might fall out and end up down in your quick drive. Okay, let's put the muffler back on and check the clearance. So more clearance. We'll have to start it up and see if this pipe shifts like it did before. And hopefully we're good. So I'm no longer worried about that pipe rubbing. So if you're having this issue, try that little washer trick out, shim up your rubber plug. Let me know if it works for you, or if you had a better idea. Comment below. Thanks. So you could take this rubber bumper out, and in the past I've used one of these little rubber washers that goes in the end of a garden hose, and I've stuck it over the end like this. Then you stick this back in your pipe. I've actually tried 2 of these just to get a little bit more clearance between the pipe and the frame, and that'll rotate it up and make a gap between the bumper and the pipe. The only thing is this will only last so long. With all the heat inside there, that washer will eventually flatten out and just fall right off. Another idea I was thinking of is you could take an old piece of rubber mud flap or just a chunk of heavy rubber and, you know, cut a hole in there and make yourself a washer that's going to last a little longer. You could do maybe 2 layers of that. I might try this method in the future, but today instead I'm going to use some metal washers. Hey, let me know if that helped you out, or if you still got your pipe rubbing on the bumper. And as always, hit that like button for me, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe though, it really helps this channel out. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. See you next time. What do I do with this? Boat anchor.